that? Darnie? Hey, Darty Dart. What's happening? I was just talking about when you're on here. I was just talking about you, you know, Florida, Jacksonville. What are you doing? How's the weather there? Is it good? Is it hot? Right? I think it's like 80, is it 89 degrees? 80 something degrees in Florida. It's a little warm here too. It was like 50, 58 degrees this morning. You know, it's it's raining. It's gonna rain tomorrow. It was like 59 degrees this morning, and then it ends up being like 85 degrees. So we're experiencing some bipolar weather here in New Jersey. But everyone, thank you. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. When you get in here, say hi. Let me hear. I'm on my way. So hey, everyone, when you're in here, Beyond the Surface with Sharon, I'm your host, Sharon. Welcome, welcome, welcome. When you come on, say hi. Y'all know the rules. Come in people's house, you got to speak. Speak to me. Hey, girl. Oh, Karen. Hey, Karen. Let me tell y'all about Karen and my song. Karen, I'm going to have to get you on here. Just come on and do a rendition of my song. And now he's keeping me. Karen Prather has this amazing voice, and she sings this gospel song that I absolutely love. I never even heard the real, she laughing. I never heard the real song until like recently. I always thought it was her song. She laughing. Girl, so come on here and hit me with the now. He's keeping me in now. He's holding me in now. All of that. I'm gonna need it all. You know, I get down with it. I like what I like. But yes, thank you all for coming on. We are here. Sound a little Caribbean. We are here for part 2. Are y'all ready for part 2? Y'all know our favorite is here. Jen is here. Are y'all ready? Are y'all ready for part 2? I'm ready for part 2. It's going to be so amazing. Like, peace that was dysfunctional people. We've been talking about dysfunction, right? So Jen gave us so many good tools. I want you guys to know. I'll circle back to that. But yes, thank you all for tuning in. I just want you all to know I am. Oh, Rose, hey boo. How are you? I just want you guys to know that I am a vessel. I am here to empower. Like enlighten and inform us of topics and information that we can use to, fulfill our lives, to live our dreams, to be whole, right? Everybody's on a journey. I'm always on some journey somewhere. I want to go to Arizona, put that in the atmosphere. I always want to go somewhere. I seen Tiffany Beltran went to Arizona and she hiked barefoot for 4 miles. Like, I remember being barefoot in South Africa. That was amazing. But yeah, I'm on this. I need some money though. Hey, Rosemary. Yes. Let's go to Arizona. They do have that jazz concert out there, but I'm gonna need let me take that off. I'm gonna need some money. Hence my part-time job. Yes. Thank you all for coming on. If you can, do me a favor. Can you share the page? We have Jen on. We're going to talk about dysfunction in a family. But before we get there, we want to give our affirmation. Yes, Arizona is so beautiful. I've only been on the West Coast once. I've been to California, and that's all. But I know our guest has been to a retreat out west, so we'll ask her about that and how that went, because I don't know if it was Arizona. But we're going to ask her because, I'm nosy and I need the information. That's what we're here to do, to give the information. So let's give our affirmation. Come on. Our affirmation is, what you say? Come on, Rhymes. It's my affirmation. If you can imagine what's possible for yourself, you can create the life you envision, right? So if you can imagine what's possible for yourself, you can create the life you envision. So, right? We manifest things for our life. We go after our dreams. We make a plan, right? The Bible says, Write the dream, make it plain. So that's what we do in our life. That's what I do. Y'all keep me in prayer. My producer here being funny. He's funny today. But yeah, so if you are here, say hi in the comments so we can I can acknowledge you. I like to say hi to the folks. But yes, that's our affirmation. We had a lot of things go on this week, y'all. Today was a busy, very busy week. Very busy week on social media. Very busy week on TV. We had a debate. Did y'all watch it? Did y'all watch the debate? Can you put in the comments? Yes, no. I don't care. I like to stay informed. I mean, I'm already settled on who I'm voting for, but I still like to stay informed on what they're talking about, you know, what they're going to do for the country, what path they're going to take, those types of things. I'm very, hey, let's have free lunch for all the kids. Because why can't the kids have free lunch? That's a thing for me, though. Like, if you are state mandated, like it's the law that your kids have to go to school or you go to jail, why y'all not feeding these kids? Why you not giving them breakfast and lunch? If you gonna lock me up, you can't feed the kids? Where's the Phil Murphy? Sir, somebody send this to Phil. Phil, I partied with you in Lang City, you and Tammy in the club a couple months ago when y'all was down there. I don't know what y'all was down there doing, but I'll post my picture. But yes, I think there should be free lunch for the kids. I remember me, now, my expiration date has passed of me filling out them forms with information. Like, yeah, I'll fill it out to get wherever I need to go to get them kids that little ticket they could get in the beginning of the year so they get here and get this food. Because, you know, life be lifing sometimes. That check don't be what it is. I feed y'all at home and feed y'all at school. I'm not doing that. Oh, Mon is here. Hey, Miss Nina. Hey, Mondale. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you all. So yes, free lunch in New Jersey. They should put that on the ballot. They really should. It's too late. We should put that on the ballot. We should have free lunch for the kids in school. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, yes. Okay. So yes, what else happened? Oh yes, Frankie Beverly. What are you doing?
Nothing. Frankie Beverly passed. Yes. 77 years old.
You guys, y'all here? So Rock Holston is here, and he is, he just commented.
On the mic.
He's on the mic. Yes, so Frankie Beverly, he is a staple in the Black community, right? He is the soul. Frankie Beverly, well, it's Maze and Frankie Beverly. Honestly, that's what the group's called. Maze and Frankie Beverly. Yes, I was like really sad. That one hit me like Prince and Whitney because it's such a staple. His songs are at barbecues. His songs are at weddings. His songs are played during the house. It's like the cleanup music on Saturday and Sunday. It's a lot that he has brought into our culture. So he did pass away, I think the 10th. So yeah, so sad. So we've been playing. Oh, you know what's good? I don't know about the iPhone folks, but I know we have an Alexa. And if you put on the Frankie Beverly station, be like, Alexa, you say it out loud because you won't come on. Alexa, play Frankie Beverly station. If you put that on, let me tell you, it's going to take you back in time, and there's some good songs on there. So yeah, absolutely put that on your your thing. You can't say it because she's going to pop on and start talking and get on my nerves. Hey, Belinda Ragland. Hey, girl. Good morning. Good evening, my beautiful sister and brother. I love you guys. Oh, I love you too. Oh, that's so nice. Yeah. Our last. So, y'all see. Oh, Jess is here. Hey, Jess. Hey, friend. I know you have that friend. Hey, friend. That's it. Are you back? What's going on? So, yes. So, what else we can talk about? Oh, our Shannon Sharp. Did y'all see the Shannon Sharp? I know some of my folks on here just didn't see it, but yes, Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp is trying to convince us that he, in the middle of his situation, and Shannon Sharp is trying to convince us that he was having some adult situations in his bedroom, right?
Mhm.
And he had two phones. One he put down, and one he don't know what he did with. And he already 20 minutes in his situation, and somehow he hit the live button
Somehow.
and went live. I got a congregation, my Lord. I'm gonna have to give me a collection. Yeah, y'all see that? I know it's nothing to see. It's just noise for everyone watching. There is no video. You can just hear stuff happening. So there is no bodies on the screen. There's just noise and growling, some stuff like that. But yeah, I myself think that it's a little bit of a plug. Mr. Producer, did you want to say something?
I'm listening. Go ahead. I will comment.
Oh. You want to say hi to the folks?
Hey. I'm just here for a little of the updates.
Listen, I gave him such a hard time.
I get so many requests to hear my voice. So I'm here.
Yes, he is here. So many. If you off
only for the current affairs.
Only for current affairs. So what did you think about Shannon Sharp? Did you think that was you think it was something he planned?
I think it was a publicity stunt. I really do, because there's no way that if you were doing that activity that you would hit your live button. It's so hard to find the live button to go on your phone and then push it and to be recording. And then he said someone turned it off. Come on. Was there someone watching? Come on now.
I was wondering how someone turned it off. Like if I know you can have people have access to your apps and all of that. Why we ain't here? Like your family is calling you. So he was saying like 10 people called him, and he ain't stopped his activity or answered the phone. Like, right. You didn't think that was a family emergency?
Right.
You didn't feel like you should stop what you're doing and see if somebody dead or unalived or none of that?
Right.
I didn't. So that's why I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. I think he just gonna keep on going with his fanny pack, little pouch thing he wear.
He's over the top.
And his little. I mean, I know I wear some 2-piece tights with a vest, but he got as much leg, thigh, and everything else that I got.
Possibly on the spectrum. That's all I had to say.
Cut your mic off. Good night. Get out. You got to go, sir. Not the spectrum. No. Are you still here? He is still here. Yes. So yes. Karen said hi.
Hey, Karen.
Welcome. God, what voice is this?
The surface.
Hey, I need y'all to know we are a little giddy because you are not chewing. It's chewing and chuckling. You know what? Can y'all say bye to Ron? Bye,
right.
Bye, Ron.
I'm out.
Yes.
She kicked me out.
Gotta go.
Let's get this show started.
Like we ain't been started. Like what is going on? Yes. So yes, you know what we gonna do. If y'all can share, if you just got on, if you didn't share, can you share? Because you know what we gonna do. Jen, are you ready? You give me a wave offering. You ready? Come on. Yes. I could not mute him. Girl. So, well, welcome back.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
So yes, hot topics, girl.
Hot indeed.
Hot indeed. So Frankie Beverly, like, isn't he such a staple, like, in our homes?
Yeah, and 77 is young.
Yeah.
Like, I hate hearing that. Like, I just want people to live till they're 100. You know, be healthy and happy and live long. 77 just seems very young.
Yeah. And he just did that last tour he did, right? Over at the Dell this summer. He just did like a farewell tour.
And the music will last forever. You know, that's timeless music. So
yeah. Like we're stepping. We're not even doing the electric slide to the electric slide. We doing electric slide.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. So yeah. So well. Okay. I dropped the card. I had to make sure it wasn't one that I need. So welcome back. Let me tell you.
Thank
I'm
you.
going to let you know. Wait. So I don't want to be all over. I feel like my ADHD is kicking in.
Oh.
So you have been to the West Coast for a retreat.
Colorado.
Is that out there?
Yes, it's not far from. Yeah.
Colorado. Oh,
Yeah.
that's nice. So
Very
how was
nice. Well, I didn't think that Colorado would be one of my favorite places. Never had a desire to go there ever. And I love it. And I can't wait to go back. It's beautiful. It's just breathtaking. It's fresh. I mean, they smoke a lot of weed out there, but it's fresh. The air is fresh. The mountains are beautiful because I'm a beach girly, right? So I just, grew up around the beach. I'm like, yeah, the beach is where I like to be, but the mountains are a totally different type of peace.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
And it's not so many lights out there. So you are so close to the sky and you see all
Hmm.
the stars and the constellations. Like it's so clean.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah. So I'm gonna need a trip. I don't need to go see Deion Sanders, Mr. Colson. But if we could get to Colorado, anybody know somebody in Colorado, let me know. But yeah. So
Hmm.
last week, I need you to know that we used tools.
Oh, let me hear it.
So my sister and me and Dee, were having a conversation, and we talked about listening to the person, even though their delivery could be wrong, but the information could be right.
Yeah.
So I can't even say who the delivery person was, but after like thinking, right, we take a minute and ponder and say,
Hmm.
what did they actually say?
Yeah.
And some of those things was, you know what, you do get a little hot-headed, and you do get a little, and you do actually do that. And
Hmm.
I equate it to Tamar Braxton,
Ooh.
because she can be a lot much. I mean, she's
Yes.
the baby though, right?
She's a baby of the family.
I'm the baby too. You the
Me
baby.
too. I am.
I can understand like some of all of that. What I can't, well, her delivery though, right? Is it her delivery? What do you think? You the professional.
You don't even have to be a professional to know that Tamar's delivery is a lot and it can turn people off and it makes people not listen to her, but it doesn't mean that what she's saying is wrong.
Y'all hear that?
So and sometimes we get those individuals in our lives that like, oh God, here she go.
Right.
Because the emotions are tied to what they're saying, and then maybe the voice is a little squeaky and it just becomes annoying and you just shut off your listening ears and you're just like,
Yeah.
whatever. Like at that point, you're not even listening. So whatever they're saying doesn't matter. But the
Right.
truth is, it does matter. And what they're saying is probably valid. Maybe some of it isn't, but some of it may apply. But because of who they are and the way they deliver the message, it's like impossible for some people to listen.
I know. And that's how me and my sister were exactly like that until you told us. I need y'all to go back and watch part 1. Y'all have to go back and watch part 1.
Yes, go watch part 1.
You did watch it, go and rewatch it, because
Yeah.
there are some amazing tools. Listen, we use these tools this week. Another tool that my husband and I used was I did the you made me feel on him. And
Uh
he said, whoa, we just had therapy together on Thursday. And that is not what we're supposed to be doing. And he told me, you're supposed to say, I feel like.
Yes.
And I said, okay, so you listening. All right. So then I had to go back into myself.
Yeah.
You make me feel. And then I had to rethink. And you know what it did? It made me rethink what I was actually going to say. And what was I saying? Was it valid? Like, did it even make sense? Was it even something that
Right.
I should say about you making me feel, or was I just caught up in my own feelings in my moment?
Yeah, that's what happens. And then we have this idea that we just have to say what we have to say right now. Um, and when you
Yes.
get out of that you do take a moment to think about it more.
Yeah.
Good
I
for
was,
y'all.
I
Whew,
know.
hand claps for y'all.
And I love that he caught it. Because normally, it'll be me catching, or it'll normally be like the woman in the relationship catching it. But yeah, the
Yeah,
fact he caught it, you can't do that. I love that. I love that
I
he
love
speaks
that
to
for
me.
y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's always room for improvement in, friend relationships, in marriages, and even like
yeah,
children and all of that. So
yeah.
last
Hmm.
week was amazing. We talked about dysfunctional family roles.
We did. Yeah.
And we identified some of those family roles, even, off of the conversation. Like, we've been talking to people and they're like, oh, which one am I? It was
Oh
great.
wow.
Yeah.
That's good. I'm glad, and I hope the message came through clear about dysfunction not being a dirty word
Yes.
and it being a normal part of life. And anything that throws us off course and off balance is makes things dysfunctional. We don't always walk a straight path. I don't think anyone does. Everyone has like twists and turns in their lives, and doesn't matter the degree. It creates dysfunction and an imbalance in our lives.
So everyone is what you're saying is everyone is dysfunctional because
I
of the
believe everyone, at some point, everyone experiences
experience.
dysfunction.
Right.
Yes, yeah,
Because you were saying last week that even if it's a death in the family, that can alter, like,
it does.
death, or stress,
Yeah,
anxiety, like anything can alter.
loss of a job, getting a new job, a parent going back to school, moving. We moved a couple of times. Like, we didn't move like every year, um, but we moved a few times. So I changed schools a couple of times. And sometimes parents are just doing the next best thing. They got the better job, so got the better place and stuff
Yeah,
like that, or there was a
it's horrible.
separation or whatever. Yeah, and you don't view it usually as dysfunctional, but it is very dysfunctional for kids to start a new school and make a new set of friends and then leave those people behind and go to a new place. It's dysfunction, but it doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. It just
Right.
means it threw off the balance in their life.
I like that. I like that you are I don't want to say fixing, but you are altering the mindset of that dysfunction has to be something terrible. Because
Yes.
I think it's has a stigma,
Oh yeah.
what it is.
If we could normalize those things, then we could normalize going to therapy. It's easy to say therapy is great. Therapy is for everyone. Everyone should go to therapy. But people don't recognize that they have reasons to go. A lot of times people say my life really isn't that bad. I don't feel suicidal. I'm not crazy, things like that. But we do a lot of adjusting in life, and sometimes we like push through that. And
Mhm.
if we sought out counseling, it will probably be a lot smoother process with a lot less stress and all the other emotions that go into those life changes.
With all of these transitions, so any type of transition can really be talked about in therapy, right?
Oh yeah. In therapy, you don't always talk about bad things. I was in session the other day, and someone said, my client said, I don't really have anything bad going on. And I said, good, because you don't only have to talk about bad things in therapy,
Yeah.
right? You should be highlighting your wins too.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, and your progress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are y'all getting this? So therapy is not only for like your losses or issues or challenges that have happened. It's also for the good things that happen. And I think that's amazing. So that way it's not the stigma of you got to go there because you're a little cuckoo or you're a little thrown
Right.
off. It's just,
Right.
I'm going to. So what are you? I know we're not even on the topic. So but this is what you do, right?
Yeah.
So when people come in, like it's just talking, like
Hmm.
overall.
Um, no. I guess it depends on who your therapist is.
Gotcha.
Um, for me, it's not just talking all the time. You have to have space to be able to talk, but we do work. Like it's actual work,
Okay.
things to be done. And it depends on what your goals are and what your needs are, and what your diagnosis is. If been shared, that's been shared with you. Um,
Okay.
which it should be shared with you. And everyone's going to get a diagnosis if you're using insurance. So you
Right.
should know what that is. Insurance that is not going to pay for someone who doesn't have a medical issue, right? Like if it's there's no issue, then there's no reason for them to be paying. That's how they see it.
Okay.
So if you're using insurance, you're going to have a diagnosis, and it may just be adjustment disorder, right? Like you've had some major changes in your life, and you just got to like reset. So it doesn't mean your therapist is going to secretly diagnose you with schizophrenia or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you do need to be aware that if you're using insurance, you're going to have a diagnosis in your file, and you can ask like, have you found a diagnosis for me? What do you think? What do you think? And you should ask that. But no, it's not always talking. It is a lot of work in therapy, depending on what your goals are.
Okay. All right. I just want to kind of let the folks know like what's happening.
Yeah,
They could be nervous, but like I don't want to go in there because I don't know what's going to happen. So I appreciate you
yeah.
sharing that.
Oh, not a problem.
So dysfunctional family roles. There was a hero. We found a lot of
Yeah.
heroes.
Did you? So you were like around town, around your family, talking about all of this. I
Yeah, we
love it.
amazing. Like
Yeah.
so amazing. We like Ron's sister. Y'all remember Ron's sister came in and rang the doorbell.
Yes. Right at the end of the show.
We're like, who's here? Why are you not watching? So yeah, so we talked about, it was the hero. What was the second one?
We talked about the lost child, the hero. Um, oh, what else did we talk about? The mascot.
The
So the
mask.
person that
Yes.
everything has to be
Yeah.
so funny. Yeah, we talked about those ones for sure.
Yeah. So if you guys can go back, last week was amazing. That part is toward the end of the show. But yes, those are some roles that we talked about or that we discussed. And it's eye-opening to know like what role you play. And it's not intentional. The roles are not given to you, like sometimes not intentional, right?
No, they're not intentional. We just fall into these patterns, and that's what happens.
Yeah. Yeah. So today we are
What we talk about today.
like, can we talk about it's just so much going on. Always having to be the bigger person.
uh,
Always
that's
having to
something.
be because I don't know if I practice that. Always I don't because I'm not finna it says they talk about the emotional toll of consistently being the one to apologize or compromise. Like, how does that
Yeah.
affect people? I know they need to go to therapy if that's what you're doing.
Yeah, it creates fatigue. Anything we do repeatedly over and over and over that takes away from us emotionally creates fatigue.
Yeah.
You know, it just drains you. It's very discouraging, especially when you have to interact with that person regularly. It's not
Mhm.
easy to do. It's also shouldn't be expected of you to, and really, it's a position that you put yourself in.
So, being the bigger person, what does that look like for people? Like you're always apologizing, you're always, oh, okay, well, I'll just, never mind. Because
Mm.
there are the never minders. Never mind, no thank you. I'll just do it myself. Like,
Yeah, it looks like people pleasing, and it's probably not the only thing that they do that looks like that.
yeah.
So, in confrontation, they probably just take the back seat and say, okay, all right, fine, it's whatever. not a big deal. We'll do it your way or whatever the case may be, just always conceding. And
Right.
that's probably how they show up in most places. The person that's always being a bigger person is really just a people pleaser.
So being a people pleaser, like how can you get out of that?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Or it's just your nature?
Well, you can get out of it. You can change it. Sometimes we don't know that we're people pleasing. Sometimes we think we're doing the right thing, like being a bigger person, or like, we're just settling this instead of making a big deal out of it or having a huge argument or even letting my voice be heard.
Right.
So people don't just walk around saying like, "Oh, I'm going to be a people pleaser." It's sometimes you fall into this role of, in your mind, just doing the right thing, and it doesn't serve you.
Right. It doesn't serve you, and also it's tiring because you never really get to say what you want to say, so it kind of bounds you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it can make you very resentful. Very resentful.
Because why? Like how?
Because you're holding in all of this stuff that you never got to say, and you've never been apologized to, or you've never been recognized. Your thoughts and feelings haven't been validated. And
Yes.
if you're keeping all that in and it's like you're side-eyeing this person all the time or these people all the time. And it's like swallowing little pebbles. You see little pebbles in people's driveway. It's
Yeah.
like swallowing little pebbles and expecting them to digest, and they don't. And they sit there and they sit there and they sit there, and it finds its way out usually, but not always in the best manner.
It's like what's the kidney stone?
It's like the kidney stones, baby. When it comes out, it's gonna burn. It's gonna burn you, and it's gonna burn the other person.
Because it will eventually end up in a blow up.
Yeah.
And so how can you help the folks that always are like they are the bigger person? How do you help those? How can we on this podcast help them?
Well, I think one thing is sometimes it's a generalization. So are you always being the bigger person? You really want to step back and look at this,
Right.
right? Because sometimes we talked about it a little bit on part one, where we overgeneralize and we say always and never.
Right.
And sometimes that's not the case. So you really want to reevaluate it, right? And say like, am I always being the bigger person or not? Like, let me really think about this. So one, evaluate the situation. Okay, I'm sure of this. I'm always being the bigger person. It's taking a toll on me. It's fatiguing. I'm getting burnt out. What do you want your end game to be? Do you want to win this argument? Do you want to see a change? Like, what is it that I'm being a bigger person about? Like, what do I want the end game to be, and how do I want this to look differently?
Yeah.
Right? And then, do I want to be right, or do I want to be happy? And if you want to be happy, sometimes you got to institute a boundary. So what is this about? Like, is this about me being right? Or is something they're going to do make me happy or make me feel better? Because sometimes it's not something somebody else could do. It's what we have to do for ourselves. That's when the boundary comes into play.
So can we give like a situational
like a scenario?
So
Yeah. You got one?
I do.
You was ready. What if I would have said no?
So a scenario, okay. So how about someone at every family gathering, it feels tense because one person always disrupts the peace, and everybody and other people are expected to be the bigger person and de-escalate.
What does disrupting the peace look like? Because I know people that could walk into a room and disrupt the peace and they never said a word. So what does disrupting the peace look like?
So I'm wondering,
like, are they drunk? Are they like, what is disrupting?
Can they be loud? Can they be just disrupting like the atmosphere? For me, disrupting is if I'll give a situation. So disrupting
Okay.
piece could be like if you're coming in and we are having a good time and we are talking, and then you come
Yes.
in here and then your spirit is vexed and you are having a bad time and you are having a bad day and you want to come and take over the whole conversation of what we're
Oh,
doing,
where am I?
what we're
Oh, there we go.
of what we're talking about, and like somebody who comes in and disrupts the what we're doing, like we're in here having a good time and then you're like, oh my god, I had such a bad day, life is really kicking my butt, blah blah. We're not talking about that right now. What we're over here doing, we're over here playing spades. Like, go somewhere. Yeah.
Okay. And then so in this situation, you're saying that everybody that is present is just being a bigger person by not saying anything?
Yeah, because should we say something? They carry that on outside. Because sometimes if you feel like they're being vulnerable and they're crying, then you kind of want to listen. I would feel obligated to listen. I would feel obligated to listen if they're being emotional, because I feel like, maybe they got something to say they want to say right now, but I'm trying to, play this card game and play these family. Why are you disrupting?
I think there's a gentle way to handle the situation, but what they have going on is what y'all have going on is the wrong time and place for that.
Yeah.
So, but their feelings are valid and they should be able to express them, but they obviously have not learned how to do that at an appropriate time,
Yeah.
or to ask for help by saying, would someone be willing to talk to me outside or something like that? I feel like this could be very delicate,
Yeah.
right? So it is an opportunity to pay attention and to listen. And in this moment, I don't think it's being the bigger person. I think it's an opportunity to teach,
Look how you
because
turn
if someone's saying, believe me, immediately annoyed. Okay, we're playing cards, we're having a good time, everybody's in a good mood, it's great, and then here comes Debbie Downer. Sorry, but that's the picture that you drew. Here comes Debbie Downer. Oh my God, my day was so horrible. I'm so sad. Blah blah blah. All of that could be valid. Did they pick a place and time where it's not convenient for us? Yeah. Is someone willing to pull them aside and give them some time and let them know, like, do you want to talk about it later, when we're done, or something like that? You want to just chill and kind of catch the vibe, and maybe that'll help change your mood or something like that. I think as people, we're just so reactive sometimes. It's just like, girl, get out of here with all of that. Don't like this. We're not trying to hear that. But you're really not being, this is a good example, but I feel like being the bigger person in this situation, I don't know. I don't.
Or maybe an argument with relationships. Like if you're having an argument in your marriage,
Yes,
that's a bigger
that's a good
person.
example.
If me and Mr. Coulson are fussing,
Yes.
and he is like coming at me and I'm coming at him, and then I'm like, you know what? Just forget it. Because what he's saying is this is allegedly, y'all. Because what he's saying just really don't make no sense. And he ain't even
Yeah.
saying nothing but you know what? I'm gonna just be the bigger person so I could just shut this down because he on 1,000.
Yeah.
That a bigger.
That's a really good example of the bigger person. Yes, really good example. And that's where we pull back from what I said earlier. Do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? And I'm not talking about in a relationship. I'm talking about you yourself right then and there in that moment. Like this is a lot right now. You know what? You're not hearing me. I'm not really hearing you.
Right.
You're being mature in the situation. And sometimes I think we label when we don't get what we have to say across in the moment, and we don't feel like vindicated or like we got our stuff off, we look at it as a loss. So I'm being the bigger person. I'm tired of being the bigger person all the time.
We do.
Yeah, but you're being mature in a situation. Like, really, why am I going to do this with you? You're not even in a space to listen to me right now. We're not getting anywhere.
Right.
I'm going to show you how we're going to handle this. We're done talking about this tonight. maybe we'll pick it up tomorrow, you know.
Yeah.
Um,
Consistency is communication. That's what you said.
that's what I said last week. And I'm just saying, listen, Linda, it is literally the first form of communication is
Yeah.
to listen, right? Sometimes you're not going to have the answer. You're not going to have a resolution right there. Sometimes you're just not.
Right.
It feels like you lost. You feel frustrated. You feel like this is stupid. Why are we going through this? It's very emotional.
Hmm.
Um, but you really got to look at it like with clear eyes. We are literally getting nowhere. Like this doesn't make any sense. It has to end. So in that moment, do you need to be the bigger person or the more mature person or the better communicator or whatever, however you want to label it? Then maybe yeah. But if that's how your communication is all the time,
So what happens if that is your communication all the time and nobody concedes?
yeah. And in that case, if you can't figure it out on your own, why wouldn't you seek professional help?
Just not agree to disagree, like Dee Dee said, and just continue on like that in that pattern.
I don't think that's wrong. I just feel like if you feel like
Hmm.
this is taking a toll on me, this is taking a toll on our marriage, there's some things you are going to agree to disagree, and that's it.
Right.
And both of you accept that, and that's it. And it's not really affecting your marriage going forward or your relationship with whoever the person is.
Yeah.
However, if it's affecting your marriage, the way you look at each other, the way you treat each other, your intimacy, your vibe in the house, your vibe around other people, how you feel, and you can't figure it out through communication with each other, you
Yeah.
might just need to seek professional help.
Because I have learned, like I think I've learned in our pattern is that I concede because
Okay.
I do. I have learned to concede because it's not an end to it. I've learned there is no end. It's just you finna turn up, I'm finna turn up. We both going to
Yeah.
turn up, and then the turn up just continues to happen.
You just get quiet.
He about to get you. Do y'all remember this from
Jennifer
Tina Turner? Fire your ass.
That
He about to get fired. Hopping on that mic.
I know. Yes, I have because I know people see us and they be like couples goals. I need y'all to know it goes down.
Oh God, that's so annoying when people say that.
I just is we are the realest of the real in here. If it's happening in your house, it's probably happening here.
You
Like,
know why?
tell us why.
Because we're human beings. It's just the end all be all. I
Yeah,
don't know why people think titles, material things,
yeah,
looks put you in this elite class of avoiding the natural things that human beings go through. It
right.
is ridiculous.
It's crazy.
It's very crazy. That's why people get shocked when certain people do things. Oh my God, I would have never thought. What do you mean? Why not? They're a
Right.
human being. Why wouldn't you have thought that? Anybody's capable of anything. So yes, all relationships have their ebbs and flows, like I said. Even friendships, not just
Yes.
intimate partnerships, but friendships and siblings.
Yes.
You know, it's just life. We're just humans.
Yeah. And like I that relationship goals, not that God bless all y'all who think we're like such a fabulous couple. But we do like we really be in you and you know why? Because we're always growing. So what I thought in my 30s when we got together or in my 40s when we got together is not what I think now. Like I am constantly growing.
Right.
He is constantly growing. So sometimes what we agreed on this year, I'm not agreeing on that.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's
exactly.
not what I thought. So if you still like that, I don't like it no more.
Right.
And let's that we can agree to disagree, but it depends on what it actually is. So being the bigger person, so we should maybe go to therapy if for marriage. If the topic is consistent and you cannot,
Yes, if you're getting nowhere with it, if you're not able to communicate about it with each other,
yeah,
if it's affecting how you feel, if it's affecting your intimacy, if it's affecting your vibe, your energy in the house and outside the house,
Yeah.
You should probably seek professional help. And I do not mean your cousins that have been married for 40 years.
And
I
not
said a professional.
not us. Go see
No.
professional counsel. You see me on here getting counseling. We in here using the tools Ben giving us. Don't come to us.
Yeah. Get professional help.
No.
Hmm.
Yeah, professional counseling. So we're talking about the dysfunctional roles that are dysfunction is not a bad word.
No, it's not a dirty word.
Not a dirty word.
Yeah.
Everybody has some type of dysfunction in them or has happened to them or in their lives, like everybody at one time. So if we can normalize, the word of, and it's normal at this point for me. So I'm not looking at other people.
Yeah.
Um,
It's
to
normal.
say
It's just off balance. Things
it's
have been
off balance.
off balance.
That
Yeah.
is soft right there. It's off balance.
So I'll give you an example from my own personal life.
Okay.
Um, last year, well, yeah, 2 years ago in October, our two goddaughters came to live with us full time, and we became their guardians.
Yeah.
And we have 4 kids of our own, and that is dysfunction. Our whole life was shaken up,
Yeah.
and so many things had to be changed and new things had to be implemented, and we had to switch our house around, and it changes everything for everybody in the house. It's a blessing that we were able to take them in, yes. Do we love them with all our heart? Yes, we do. But it created dysfunction and imbalance in our house, and we had to figure it out.
Got you.
So it's not dirty. It doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. It doesn't mean you're crazy or your family's crazy.
Right.
It just means like things are off balance. Something is not right, and we need to fix that.
And we need to fix it. So yes.
Yeah.
So dysfunctional. We're all dysfunctional people. I'm sure everybody who's watching. Let me see who these names on here. Yes, we are.
Who are the people?
We are all dysfunctional people. I see y'all. It's okay. And it's, you know what? The first
It
is
is.
acknowledgement, right? The first step is acknowledgement. Isn't that the AANA people? First step is admittance. No,
Admit that you have a problem.
admit that we. Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's definitely using I instead of you. So
Hmm.
and I love that you said that, so that way we can always take a look and see what it is about us. Like, what are we doing? Is this a situation where I need to turn up? Like, pick and choose.
Yeah.
I don't. And with us, I'm like, this ain't even something. If you give me 30 minutes, we'll realize this isn't even an issue. Like 30 minutes, you quiet, quiet. Then we can come back and rehash and be like, so what was we talking about? Oh, it wasn't
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. You might realize, like, dang, I was really off. Like, I had a real messed up day at work. My energy was already off. I didn't take a second to myself, and then that one little thing just set me off.
Yeah. Yeah. That's us. So yeah, so we do try to do that.
Oh,
So,
I just seen a comment that was pretty interesting. How's inviting a family member in your house dysfunctional? I love it.
I think, is he asking? I think he's asking me
Yeah.
that.
It's dysfunctional because it wasn't my normal day-to-day life, and it threw our pattern and our day-to-day life off balance.
Yeah.
So my view on dysfunction is when things are off balance, not the dirty way that people see dysfunction as like crazy, or someone's constantly acting out, or someone smoking crack, or whatever the most highest degree of dysfunction that people like to think of when they think of dysfunction. That wasn't our normal life. That
Right.
wasn't their normal life. That wasn't my kids' normal life. Right. So yeah, that's how it created dysfunction in our life.
And dysfunction is change.
It
Dysfunction is
is change.
change. So it's change.
Yeah.
Move is change. If your kids move school, let me tell you, y'all already know. I talk about my mom moving me in 8th grade from Woodbine to Millville. It's a dysfunctional moment I had. So a lot of things that we have happened in our lives is dysfunction. Are y'all enjoying this? If y'all are enjoying the topics, can you put some hand claps in the comment? Look at that, Mr. Producer. Yes,
He's
thank you.
on point. He's on point.
So how about, can we go on to having to walk on eggshells
Oh.
eggshells or eggshells? Having to walk on eggshells because someone can't manage their emotions.
Mm.
You
I think a lot, because I think a lot of people are gonna feel however they're gonna feel, so that's fine. But I just truly believe that sometimes we don't look out for ourselves. So when you say like walking on eggshells because someone else can't control their emotions, then what are you trying to get out of this situation?
yeah.
Like how are you taking care of yourself? Because now someone else's behavior is totally affecting what you got going on.
Yeah, because what if someone is like scenario, if someone just is always on 10 and they're always like, they're like, what if they're like their personality
Yeah.
is always up and they don't know how to turn that off. I know those people. I don't
I know people like that. Yeah.
and and I don't, and I think sometimes like I know people who can't I'm not a therapist, y'all. This is Jen. So Jen is our resident therapist, and she is here, Emmanuel, to help us with tools to manage dysfunctional issues and scenarios in our life. So she is helping us with things. You should go back and watch episode 1. It'll help you with your comments. But thank you for watching. But yes, so if somebody cannot manage, so are you helping us to say that it's not up to us to help other people manage their emotions? Because you're really helping me with, it's not about me. It's not about them. It's me.
You have to take care of yourself. So if we're using scenarios and I, you can't control the way people act, how they behave. You're
Yeah.
not in control of it. Even from a very young age, a lot of times you can't control what someone decides to do,
Right.
right? You could just hand out a consequence or whatever because of what they did, as a parent. But you're not in control of somebody wants to do and how they act.
Yeah.
But you are in control of how you respond to it and what you want to do to care for yourself. So who is it that you're walking on eggshells around is what I would want to assess the situation. Is this
Yeah.
like your spouse? Is this just like a friend, an adult child? Like
Right.
who is the person?
What if somebody's angry or they get angry? Like if they get upset, they get angry, and then you gotta like be on eggshells around them.
That statement to me just doesn't belong. You don't have to be on eggshells around anyone. You have to make a decision of what's best for you. Why am I choosing to be around someone that I have to be on eggshells on? Like, why am I choosing to be here if this is how I have to act, if I can't talk to you, if I can't bust a move, play a song, I can't do anything because now you're going to blow up on me? What is the situation that I'm there that I have to be going through this? Like, I
Yeah.
have to walk around on eggshells. Why?
Yeah.
Like, why am I doing this?
So that's self-reflection.
Yeah, like why am I doing this? Like, am I stuck here? Like, is this where I live? So I don't really have a choice about that, stuff like that. Also, just believing, like I said in episode 1, just clear communication. Like, I feel like this when you do this.
Right.
I don't like it. Like, just very clear and direct, but really identifying, like, this is how I feel whenever I walk in the house, you're stomping up and down the steps or you're yelling or you're throwing things.
Yeah.
And if it continues, then blah, blah, blah. Right? Like, where are your boundaries? How are you taking care of yourself? Why are you walking around on eggshells?
I like that.
Because this person has a temper tantrum every day. What is going on with you that this is okay? Like, you chose, like, this is what I'm going to do. I have to do this. Why do you feel like that? Because you may be doing all types of stuff to try to get this person to stay calm and not react and things like that. And yeah,
So should
it's not easy.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it's not easy. I'll give you a next scenario since you had a scenario last time.
Okay.
So, um, my older daughter, she would get upset easily. She would get upset very easily, and we would get to going back and forth, even through like text or something. Or she would
Mhm.
call me all the time with things just weren't going right, and she would, just I would be at work, and she would be just having a day, and she would just pour it out to me, pour it out, and I'm like, oh my god, and then I would be who I am as a mom, not as a therapist, right? Be who
Right.
I am. Oh, why don't you do this, girl? Do this, do this. Why don't you try this? I didn't call you for that. Da, 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 and we're going back and forth. Burnout, frustration,
Yeah.
fatigue, right?
Mhm.
I'm accepting all of this. I'm accepting her calling me any time of the day. I'm accepting her yelling and screaming on her phone because she's upset. I'm accepting 50 million text messages. I'm
Right.
accepting all of this, right? Now, someone might say, well, that's your daughter. Yeah, my daughter's grown. She's grown. And even if she wasn't, right, we have to set a boundary. So we had a conversation. I said, I get so anxious when your name comes up on my phone because I feel like it's going to be an emergency. It's making me like sick to my stomach, right? If
Wow.
it is not an emergency, this is where we was at one point. If it is not an emergency, like you need me right now, or else something horrible is going to happen, don't call me. Only text me. Hey, mom, are you available to talk?
Right.
I set a very clear boundary. I let her know, like, this is affecting me. This is affecting our relationship. And I'm not discrediting any way of how you feel and what's going on with you,
Hmm.
but this is what's happening to me because of it. And I can't have that because I have 5 other kids to worry about, and I have however many jobs, and you're very important to me, but I can't be at your beck and call.
Wow.
Right. It was a very difficult conversation, but it worked. It worked. And she was able to text me, Mom, it's not an emergency, but can you call me when you're free? Or, Mom, are you free to talk? And I would just say no. Like if I was in the middle of something, I
Right.
will call you later. And I would call her later. And I would be in a place where I can listen
Right.
and we can have a conversation, and she could be upset and I wouldn't be on eggshells because I was prepared and ready for what was going to happen in that moment.
Let me tell you something. I think we all just sat through a therapy session of setting clear boundaries because I think, what did Aaron say? Free us up. I think we all
Mm,
freed a lot of it, not even a little bit, a lot of it from, okay, I feel like when you call, because
yeah.
that is what happens sometimes. And parents of adult kids, and even, you know what I mean? They can have you anxious like that, but you always feel obligated to
Oh
answer
yeah.
the call, and then you're all stressed out, and then you got to
Oh
call
yeah.
somebody else and get it all for you. And now we all stressed. Now we all stressed.
Yes.
Why is she calling me? Don't call me. Now I want to answer because you calling, because you finna tell me
Exactly.
it's a terrible circle and cycle.
It is. It is. And you see the phone, you be like,
Right. And I don't want to feel like that.
and you don't. No, you don't want to feel like that, especially with your own child. You don't want to feel
I
like
want
that.
to talk to you.
Yeah, yeah, and it's look, it's dirty. That's dysfunction, baby. I
Right.
was off balance. She was off balance. Our
Yeah.
relationship was way off balance. Like our phone calls never consisted of, "Hey, girl, what you up to? How's
Right.
things?" It was always problem and solve, problem and solve, problem and solve, or put out a fire, put out a fire, and then we're beefing when really we don't have no problem.
You got no.
I used to have to say, "Listen, we don't have an issue.
Yeah.
We're not fighting.
Right.
We're not fighting. Like we actually don't have a problem. This problem is an outside thing, and it has crept in
Yeah.
and caused an issue between us. Like we need a boundary here. Like so it has worked wonders. Now we could talk about baddies and we could talk about all the things.
So now it's helped with your communication.
It has helped with our communication, and she gets her own help, right? She gets her own help, and you know it just helps everything. It just de-escalated everything. I had to let my child know that I'm a human. All her life, all their lives, I've been seen as like this superwoman, just doing this and doing that, and I had to like break down and say like, I'm a human being, and I'm stressed out. Like I can't do this. I
Yeah.
need you to pick up the weight of your own life.
Ooh, woo, my
I'm
God.
here, baby. Like I got you. I'm here, but I'm back here. Like I need you to pick up the ball and go ahead and run with it.
Oh, she said, I need you to pick up the weight of your own life. Jen,
Yeah.
huh? That,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, I need y'all to put that in the comment. I need you to pick up the weight of your own. That is heavy as it is.
It's very heavy. Yes. And I'm telling you, Sharon, it was the best thing I could have ever done because I think she views me with a different pair of glasses now. And
Yeah.
she sees me as like, yeah, this is my mom and I could call her if I need her. But I'm also very capable. Like, I'm very capable
Yes.
of doing X, Y, Z. And it got to the point where she's seeing me as someone who may also need help. And she brought over groceries like a couple weeks ago. And she's a college student. She don't have no money like that, but they have a local pantry, and she got stuff that she didn't need, and she brought it to our house.
Oh,
That's
nice.
what that communication did for us.
Yeah.
That's what that boundaries did for us.
Got you.
Right? So yeah.
So the superhuman does that play in part with the moms being seen as superhuman and superwoman and all the rest of that? Like, is that why the boundaries are skewed and blurred because we don't establish them because we are all knowing and all doing?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think so. I think a lot of people don't mean to put themselves in a position where they're viewed as a superhuman. But we just do because we do things and people like, oh my gosh, she did that. That's so cool. Or he did that. That's so cool. And it's not just moms, it's dads too.
Yeah.
And they're viewed as like unbreakable. We're viewed as like, I don't know, like these Marvel characters.
Yeah.
And we're just not. But it's not our kids' fault that they view us that way. It's our fault.
Right.
It's our fault.
True.
Yeah, it's our fault. And we don't mean to do it. So again, it's not dirty dysfunction.
Right.
It's just you learn to take care of things. You feel like my kids don't need to know about this because it's not their problem and they shouldn't have to worry about it. But it's not about them worrying it. It's just about us communicating what's real. Like
Because
this is not
when it happens to them and they're like, it's never happened to you.
And it did.
Because my niece Desiree said, you guys were such amazing moms and you guys always had it together and I've never seen you guys cry or struggle.
Ooh, oh wow.
And I'm thinking, girl, I was pregnant in high school. What you talking about? I've never seen you guys struggle or any of that. And everything always looked so put together. And there was always food and there was always this. And we always had. And I was like, man, we really did you guys a disservice.
Oh, yeah.
Qualities of what went on in the household. Not that you needed to know everything, but child.
Yeah, it was hard.
What?
Listen.
Why you think we lived together all the time? Wasn't no money.
For real? Oh, you thought we just loved each other? Girl, we was broke.
We was broke.
I keep it so real with my kids now. It's just crazy. Like they just know things. We're in a loop. We went to a Phillies game last night to celebrate Zamaya's birthday, and I told them when they got home from school, I had the food ready. I said, we eating Philly cheesesteaks right here because we ain't paying for that food at that stadium. Now you can get a little snacky snack or something, but we ain't do this. Like, okay, Ma, yeah, we understand. Like, it's expensive. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Like, you have to be real. I'm going to turn off them lights, turn off them LED lights. That electric bill, $500 this month. Yes, you need to know. Yes, and those sneakers, they $200, and then electric bill $500. Then the mortgage is this much. This is how much we pay out a month. Stop asking me for Takis. You ain't getting no Takis. Stop eating up everything in that pantry. You ain't getting it. Or use your allowance. And then
Right.
they get to see, like, oh, I don't really want that. I'll wait on that. Yeah, you will, because now you're using your own money. No, you're not dragging your kids into like a world of dysfunction by telling them, you know, Comcast costing Mr. Comcast. You know, they need the real, because these kids are living in a false reality, honey, with this social media, thinking that stuff just comes to people and everybody got money for this and that and they want this and that. No, honey, this is our reality. And no, you ain't getting a Philly's pretzel when we get
Yeah,
there.
because
So
my
don't ask.
grandson is like, we were at the boardwalk and he was like, oh, I was like, what? And I'm cash and carry. That way we gonna count this money out.
Oh
Parking,
yes.
parking money. I got $50. Take parking $20, y'all. We only got 30 left. Y'all want to go to the museum or no? We could go to the beach.
Right.
Y'all want food, the ice cream. Got to take that out. He said. So we get down to like $1. He said,
Yeah.
well, don't you have a credit card? How you in my business? No,
Sir.
not free money. So they literally think that there is free money out here. Like you just swipe and then nobody pays for it. But yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. So that, it's just reality. That's all. And you guys have to set boundaries. And I constantly have to set boundaries. And it's easy for them to become flexible. And then we start walking on eggshells. We're not taking care of ourselves. If you're in a situation where you feel like you're walking on eggshells, then you might want to first look at yourself and say, like, why am I allowing this? Like, what am I trying to get out of this? Do I really need to put up with this? And do I need to set a boundary? Maybe I need to let them know that I'm doing this or that I
yes,
feel this way.
right,
Because sometimes we're so wrapped up in what's going on with us that we don't even pay attention to how it's affecting other people.
right. That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we
So,
have to teach the kids that young too.
and we're pushing therapy, guys.
Yes,
Therapists.
we're pushing
Yes, we're pushing
therapy.
therapy. Everybody needs it. Good for issues that you're going through, and also to celebrate your wins. Therapy,
Celebrate your wins and your progress.
yeah, your progress.
Yeah.
Progress. Therapy for everything. I love that topic. That was good. Let me tell you, your scenario with the daughter was so eye-opening. I use these tools while I'm here during the week, but
Yeah.
we're gonna be on some boundary. Ronco, I already gave you your props. Yeah. Ronco said we might need to do something. Anywho, let's move on.
Okay.
Move on. My thoughts be coming out. So another scenario. How about
Yeah.
not a scenario, a topic. Pleasing the person with the most dysfunction to keep the peace. Now that we've learned that the dysfunction is change, is this really like something, an issue?
It's a you issue. It's a us issue.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
it's up to you.
Yes. What self-reflection is such an amazing tool, and I think a lot of people do learn it in therapy.
Yeah,
A lot of people don't practice it before they go to therapy, but if they are, wow, kudos to you if you know about and you're actually reflecting on your behavior. I'm not talking about reflecting on the world or reflecting on Joe Schmo and Sally. I'm talking about you. Like, how did you show up today? How was your communication? How was your body language? Right? Why am I pleasing other people when it's doing me a disservice? Why am I doing that?
yeah. So how do
You
you get
really need
yourself out of that though? Like the people pleaser mode? Because I
yeah.
struggle to say no to people pleasing. Like I am a good yeser. Yes. Oh, sure. Oh my God. Sure. I'll be there.
Oh no.
Oh, I'm so sad. I'm never we send our regrets
Oh, that's what we was talking about. You RSVP to everything. You going here, there, everywhere.
all over. So like how do you even get out of that, of being a people pleaser?
That's a really good question. I think it's a process of one identifying that you do it, that it's an issue for you,
Mm-hmm.
because sometimes you just feel like you're being nice and you actually, you love that person and you want to go to that event, or you want to try this thing, or whatever the case may be. You don't really see it as a problem. I think that's the number one thing. Like, is it a problem for me? So self-reflection, accepting that it's a problem, and then being comfortable being uncomfortable.
That's the
So I
word.
think, yeah, that's like the main part of the people pleasing. If you can start to be comfortable with being uncomfortable, you'll be able to say no and set a boundary with someone or group of people or entity or whatever it is.
Right.
And a lot of us are not comfortable being uncomfortable, even if it's for a little bit of time. It just takes a small bit of time to say, no, thank you, I won't be coming, or I don't want to do that. And whoo, we get in our head like, oh my God, they're going to hate me. They're never going to invite me to anything else again. Go down like this rabbit hole.
I do. I
Yeah.
go down the rabbit hole because Ron Colson has a rabbit hole he goes down. Y'all know from his birthday party, he X you out. You never invited ever again.
No.
But yeah, so I don't know. Maybe I might think how he's been thinking and doing that and being nervous about not saying yes and not saying no. So maybe I will practice. I'm okay. What did Mickey say? She always say, if I can do it, I will. Maybe I should practice that.
Oh, I like that. Instead of just saying no, just say, if I can, I will.
Will. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so go ahead.
Girl, my husband has mastered not going places. He don't care.
Really?
He's like, why are we going there? Yeah, he don't care. He does not care.
And one's like,
he's
yes,
like, I'm like, you want to go to Aunt so-and-so's 60th birthday party? I'm like, no. I'm like, what do you mean? It'll be a good time. We'll be like,
right.
Yeah, I don't know. He just doesn't care. Like, he just doesn't care. He's okay loving people and just leaving it at that. Like, I don't have to be there, go there, do that type of stuff. And I'm like, I feel like we should show up, every once in a while and do something, go places, show up for people. But he's totally okay with being like,
because
nah,
I always want them to show up for me. So I don't know if that's a little pressure.
Exactly. It is a little pressure, but just because you say you don't want to go or you can't go, doesn't mean that someone won't show up for you.
I think that's in my head. Like, that's my
thought. It's just the rabbit hole that we go down. It's like, now they're not going to come to my party when I invite them, or now they're going to have an attitude. Yeah.
What? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, my son-in-law, he does not. He is Jay. He'll be like,
yeah.
Y'all go ahead. I'm doing Thanksgiving home.
Yeah.
and he's perfectly fine. And you know what?
That's how Jay is.
It took some adjusting because we are the, hey, everybody, let's gather around family.
Yeah, that's how I am.
And it was adjustment to adjust to Andrew and saying, okay, well, that's not his personality. Y'all going over there. I'm gonna be in the quiet room, or I'm gonna be by myself. And I'd be like, hey, come on, you're supposed to be over here. So I did have to adjust to his. We all did, not just me. We all did.
Right.
his personality and his wants. So it was respecting.
Yeah.
He's not interested in coming around us right now. He in the family chat for 2 weeks and then he leave for 2 years.
Oh, y'all don't wore him out, man. James Owens hates a group chat. Child, he said group chat immediately. It's that immediately.
We'd be like, all right, that's enough. See y'all in 2 years. We ain't in the group chat, and
y'all don't wore the man out.
He see what's going on. He'd be like, ain't nothing going on in here. All right, see y'all. Yeah, but I think he has taught, like me, the boundaries of this is what I like, this is what I don't like, this is what I expect you to respect my boundaries, because he will say that.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't like this.
I love it.
Yeah. And it was, we've been around here with no boundaries for years. None.
Yeah.
Everybody say what you want to say, do what you want to do, hurt feelings and all.
Not
promoting that. It was terrible. It was a tough time for everybody.
Right.
But yeah, so he really brought that into the family.
Mm-hmm.
And I thank you for that, Andrew. Mickey, tell your husband thank you. I'll tell him that. Give him a little hug when I see him. But yeah.
Yes.
So I think just respecting people's, their personalities. Everybody's not into everything all the time.
No, everybody's not. And teaching it very young. So, the cycle doesn't have to continue and the generational habits don't have to continue.
Yes.
So, being open, teaching your kids that they're just human beings, there's no perfectionism, I'm not perfect. Um, Teaching them not to people please, and not to say yes to everything, especially things that they don't want to,
Right.
things like that. It just start to implement it very young and practice it in front of them. That's how we learn. We learn through modeling most of the time. Not just by what people say, but what they do.
I like that. And even just teaching the kids, because I'm learning with the kids and I'm trying to tell the kids. I want the audience to know that we use these tools. I was saying earlier in the show, we literally
Yeah.
use these tools in our marriage and in our household. So I want you guys to use the tools too, because they are amazing.
Yeah.
I was saying earlier in the show that me and Ron, I was saying something else coming off the top of my dome. How y'all know I do. It's coming off the top of my head. We were, and he was on the way to work, and I was like, "You made me feel," and he was like, "Whoa, that's not how we talked. That's not what was talked about on the show." And he told me, "You have to say I feel." So
Yeah.
I want you guys to know that we are using, like, this show is so impactful. Yeah, like the tools are being used. So I just want to, not that we're leaving, but I just really want to thank you, like from the bottom, because I have become such a better mom, a better wife with using these tools. Even
Oh.
communication with, like, I used to blow people off
Mm.
and be like, I ain't saying nothing. But now I'm listening. I'm actually
Yeah.
listening because they have something to say. And if they're saying it to me, maybe what I have to give them, I'm sharing tools at this point. I'm sharing all your tools, girl. I'm sharing
Thank you.
and it's just been such an amazing journey with, like, all of these, the dysfunction, and not making the dysfunction a negative.
Yeah,
It's a
it's just a
change.
part of life. It just is what it is.
Everybody has it. Like, when I look at my folks, and we're all dysfunctional. We've all moved. We've all this dysfunction happens every week. Something's going on here, and it takes the judgy
Yeah.
out of it. Not that
Yeah.
I'm
I
a
mean,
person.
just get the word down. If function is the key word in it and your function and everything's good, dysfunction means I ain't functioning right. Right?
Yeah,
But it's so linked to just, oh my God, crazy. It's like if I was functioning and everything was going as planned, and then boop, something happens and that shakes it up. It's dysfunction.
right.
It just is what
You
it is. It's
people get
okay.
manic. Like, everybody's a little cuckoo, and it's
Yeah.
cuckoo farm. Going the way to airport.
Yes. Right. We go to the extreme, like
Right.
relax. Just
And that's
not
not
like
what
that.
it is. Oh, we do have a
Yeah.
question from our viewer. What about grudges in the family? What about it? What's your question? What about the
Oh,
grudges?
like if people are holding grudges towards you or you're holding grudges.
Are you holding a grudge, or is grudges towards you?
Uh-oh.
Miss Viewer, are you you can just say it out loud. She's sitting right over there. They didn't.
I love
Period. Just holding grudges. Period. Is that you holding a grudge?
And not letting go.
it. Mm.
Oh, she's saying
Yeah.
she's holding grudges.
Grudges are so dangerous and they're so toxic. They're just, remember when I said about the little pebbles?
Yes. Were you
Yeah.
here for
So,
Clubhouse?
yeah, the little pebbles. So you're just like, it's like poisonous in your body.
Yeah.
Um, when I worked in inpatient rehab, we used a little bag. We had a little bag, and there was these big stones around the property, and I had the clients pick up a stone for like every grudge or resentment they had and put it in the bag, and they had to carry it with them throughout the day.
Wow.
And by the time they got to group later in the afternoon, it was like, oh, I'm so sick of this. And it's like, you're really not, because you still have tons of grudges and tons of resentments. And that
Yes.
is your work to do. That is your work to do,
Mhm.
to be rid of that. Because what did we say earlier? We said we're not in control of what people say, do, act. We're
Right.
just not in control of that. And we can't get something from someone just because we want it. Whether it's an apology, change behavior, it just does not work like that.
So true.
So, what are you going to do to care for yourself? What are you going to do to be released of a poison that you're holding on to? It's just no help for your mind, for your body, for your soul.
Hmm.
That's like your own one-on-one work. And it really sucks, because when someone does something to you, it's just no justification for it. It's just it makes you feel just all types of ways, and it gives you this grudge and it gives you this resentment, and then we're stuck with cleaning it up. We're stuck with cleaning up a mess that we did not create, and that really sucks. And it's hard for people to come to terms with that and do the work, because like, why the hell do I need to do this? It wasn't my fault. Like,
Right.
I didn't ask for this. Like, it doesn't make any sense. I don't know why, but that's what it is.
Yeah. What if we're not a confrontational person? Oh, the questionnaire said, what if they're not a confrontational person?
Sometimes it doesn't involve the person.
It's always comes back to you.
Yes, and it really sucks. And I hate saying it, because I think people are like, oh my God, like, that's
No,
crazy. But it's like, it does come back.
reality.
Yeah, it is the reality. It's like, when we talked about it last time, like the closure piece of things. What is that?
Yeah.
What is that? Like, that is with us. That's an acceptance with us.
Yeah.
That's a progress within us. So if you have resentments and you have grudges and you have this expectation that the person that's involved, or people or entity or whatever it is going to give you something to soothe you, you're going to probably have that expectation for a very long time, when you really can change the perspective and say, what do I want to do about this so I can move on? It becomes you that's doing it.
I believe that, because let me tell you, I might be a little bit too personal, and if y'all gonna tell it on me, it's fine. So I have come to terms that I have met my dad where he is.
Oh, yeah.
That's it. I have learned his capabilities.
Mm-hmm.
I had to take him off of the high pedestal that I put him on, because
Mm-hmm.
I was looking for something, and I held grudges with him because he was not performing to where I expected him to be.
Oh, that is so good.
Child, I had him here, and everybody, they love Junior Boy, Junior Boy, Junior Boy. Everybody, and he is an amazing person.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to distinguish him being an amazing person and a father.
Yeah.
And excuse me. And they're two and they're two
Yeah.
different things. And he
They're
operates.
two separate roles. Yeah.
Yeah. So I said, okay, this is me in my 30s, because this didn't just happen. I had to
Yeah.
learn, like, okay, I kept it getting disappointed for whatever, disappointed. Okay, all right. Let me figure out what I'm doing. And I really had to
Yeah.
do that. And that was therapy. I had to figure out, what am I doing to have him here? And he's not, I keep getting disappointed. It's the me. Right.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, what does he actually do? Like, what is he doing that I'm disappointed that he's not doing? And I was like, well, he ain't doing nothing. Girl, you
Girl.
you
Yeah. Woo,
explained
you did some self-reflection, huh?
yes,
Yeah.
self-reflection. It was amazing, because I
Yep.
mean, light, eyes open. Okay, this is where he is. He call him, stop by and see him. He there if I need him.
Yeah.
He'll hug and kiss. That's it.
That's
I,
it.
And I had this image in my head of this super dad, and people be like, "Oh, you're so spoiled. You're a daddy's girl." And I kept thinking in my head, "Okay, I'm a daddy's girl. I don't know what that means because I ain't been a daddy's
Yeah.
girl." But had this super dad image in my head that just was never like it wasn't active in my life.
It
So
was
yeah,
never fulfilled.
and I was so
Yeah.
disappointed because where is this man at? And I was always upset that he's not like doing that. But yes, the self-reflection of, all right, who who what are you looking? What are you seeing? Girl, take the rosy colored glasses off.
Take them off.
And when I did, let me tell you, the disappointment not there. I knew where to meet him, where he was. And when I meet him, everything is beautiful. And then
Hmm.
I'll see you in a little while. All right. Talk to you later. Later could be 3 months, 2 months, 2 weeks, a day, whatever it is. I just learned
Right.
to meet him there. And
Yeah. Acceptance is big.
his capacity was not for me, was not at
Hmm.
100. I don't even know
Yeah.
what the number is, but whatever it is, we're there. Like it
Yep.
became we understood each other, and it was never a
Yeah.
conversation. And that goes to show that I never even had to talk to him about it. I just self-reflected on myself, and I said, "Hey, wait, come on now, because we in therapy."
You the therapist right now.
Like Dee just said with the grudges, I never had to have the conversation with the other person. Ooh, this is what I'm telling y'all. These tools, y'all got to watch the whole thing. The tools make sense.
Yeah.
I never had the conversation with him, but I understood he's my dad. I'm always going to
Yes.
love him. This is where we are. And it's okay.
Yes.
I said, you know what? That's fine. Why am I looking for this? I'm over 35. Girl, what is you looking for? The pappy is not here.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you think?
I think it's beautiful. And I think it was a great example of what I'm saying. And I hate saying it because I know people are searching for so much more. And it's like, why am I being responsible for cleaning up someone's mess? You're not. You're not cleaning up someone's
Yeah,
mess. You're giving yourself what you deserve.
right.
And you don't deserve to hold on to something that you did not create. You
Right.
can be free of it. Like you can be free of it. It just really sucks when you don't understand why someone did something to you or why this happened in your life. It's when we're always searching for their why, it's like we never really get to where we deserve to be.
Yeah, and it was so like you said, it was so freeing.
Yeah.
It was. And at this point, like our relationship, A1, because and I had a girlfriend who had to tell me you don't know what they went through. Not that I'm making excuses.
But it's true though. We don't know
You
what.
know what
Yeah.
our parents went through. Like they really went through the you can't drink out this fountain, you could drink out this fountain.
Oh
So
yeah.
so they definitely have like some hardened, you know,
Yeah.
hardened issues that they grew up with that we didn't have. It's not something that I had to deal with. So
Yeah.
I don't know how he grew up with his dad. I don't know what he was shown in the house. Did I know my dad loved me? Absolutely. Could he
Yeah.
show it? He could take me fishing and crabbing and drinking.
Yeah. And so he was showing it.
And I will say that was his way of showing love. Because if he wanted, he'll
Yeah.
pick us up, take us crabbing and talk, have a good time. And that was it. Like that is his
Yeah.
capacity of it. And y'all know I love me some Junior Boy now. Look like him, no makeup. Wake up this. But
Yeah.
so that was the self-reflection of eye awakening and holding grudges. I'm gonna work on that one. Not that I have a bunch of grudges, but
Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna work on that one too.
Yeah. More reflection, more self-reflection, not seeking the change from someone else or for someone to fill the void or to take the pain away just doesn't really work. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah, here, let me see what Karen says.
Yes. While
Karen
you
said
see what
this,
Karen says, I'm gonna plug this up because it's gonna die in a second. Hold
oh,
on.
child, oh
I'm
God, we
still
need you.
here. I'm still here.
That it's difficult for some to accept that your expectations of people, especially family, may be beyond their capabilities. I know. Especially listen, once you realize It really helps. It really does help you meet them where they are on your terms. Very liberating. Let me tell y'all, once I came to that, like that
There we go.
realization that I'm expecting this great big, voice and person. Did I know? Now, did he come bail me out of jail? Yes. Did he come claim my warrant? Yes. Is he? Wait. So I know what I can get from that person. So once you know like where they are and what you can, like that relationship, it's very liberating. We have, well, not since I met. That's a different conversation. But anywho, we have a really great relationship now. And yeah.
That's good. Yes.
Yeah. And what did not responsible for your mess. Yes, because we are not.
No.
We're not.
No.
I like that. What did Mickey say? You're giving yourself what you deserve, and you don't deserve to hold on to something you did not create. Ma'am,
No.
that is a word.
You don't deserve that.
We don't have
This
to
has already happened to you, right? This has already happened to you. You've already gone through this. You're holding this grudge and this resentment. You're constantly going through it, constantly going through it, constantly going through it. If you're going to do all that, you might as well do the work around it so you can move through it.
Right.
Move past it.
Yes.
You might as well just go ahead and do the heavy lifting so you can be free of this. And you cannot be looking behind you for the person or people or entity or whatever it was to fix that for you. That's not what's going to happen.
And if you guys have questions, if you could put them in the comments, We got about 10 left. Because Jen wants to answer your questions. This has been somebody said liberating. Did you say liberating?
Oh, that's good.
It's been so liberating. Like these two parts of the dysfunction and generational habits, right? Because we talked about that. They're not generational curses. They're habits because, tell us why they're habits, boo.
The habits because we learn them and we do them over and over. There was no wicked witch of the West that came down and put a curse on us, right? This is not mythical. This is real. Like these are our behaviors. These are our patterns that we teach our children and that our children teach their children. And it goes on and on and on. And we have these same habits. This is not a curse. This is not something someone's going to come down and free us of, like with a magic wand. This is our stuff and we need to do the work to change it. And that's it. We're not living in a fairy tale. This is a reality. These are your habits. These are your patterns. This is what you do. And you never did the work around it. And now your kids do the same thing.
And it's just like you can make it in reference to cleaning on Saturday, right?
That's a good one.
Habit. Everybody gets music on and everybody up and clean. Just you have taught those habits to people. So everybody talk about Saturday and wake up. It's the same way you can teach other habits. And I need y'all to know Jen is a believer. She believes in Jesus. So, and she's a therapist. And her shirt last week said what?
It said you can have a therapist. You can have love Jesus and have a therapist too.
I don't want y'all thinking.
I said what I said.
What she said. Right. Yeah. Because that's what we need. And therapy is encouraged. And we have to work on the you. That's to sum up. If you have questions, put them in the comments. But to sum up, like it is a lot of working on ourselves because we have realized we cannot change people. That was eye-opening because I'm over here, I'm finna make it Michael Jackson, make that change. But he said the man in the mirror. No, I missed that whole
he said the man in the mirror. Exactly. It's going to make a change.
No, that man said, I'm talking to the man in the mirror.
Yes.
Hello. So we cannot change people.
No.
I think that's eye-opening though, because people really feel like I can change you. I can adjust you. I can just give me some time, even in marriages and relationships.
Yeah. People may change because of your influence, but they've changed. They've done that work. You didn't do that.
Yeah.
You didn't do that. Right? And they may give you credit for showing them or telling them or teaching them or whatever, and that being an influence on their life, but they made the change. They did that. You did not do that.
And like I always say, you could be the one who drops the seed. Somebody, they could
water
the seed. It's not you. You're not all
Yes.
here waving. What'd you say? Waving the wand.
Waving the wand. Put chat. It don't exist. The wand
It,
don't exist.
it don't. It's you have to do the work, and a lot of it is
Yeah.
doing it. So I really thank you and appreciate you for you coming on and like empowering us. We have been
Oh, you're
so
welcome.
informed. You gave us so much information, though, Jen. Like for real. This has
Oh, I'm
really
glad
been
you guys like it.
we love it. We passed like Aaron said, where is the offering plate earlier? Because you have
You know where I live, girl. Bring me $1.
bring me, bring me some lasagna. Food.
For real.
But yeah, this has been really eye-opening for me. So I said earlier, like we
Good.
have used these tools. And I told I said earlier that me and my sister were in the car. She on the phone, I'm driving, and we literally had the conversation of, hey, such and such said this to me. And I said, wait, Jen said we're supposed to listen, quoting you and all, honey. Jen said we're
Love
supposed
it.
to listen to what they say and see if there's some truth in what they're saying. And then
Yeah.
self-reflection,
Yeah.
right? Take the steps. And then she's like, you know what? There is some truth in what they're saying.
Yeah.
You child changing lives, kissing babies. You out here. You on board
Listen, we get offended, man. We get offended and we stop listening. We
at
take
all.
stuff personal. We stop listening, but it's true. It's
Yeah.
so true. And don't let it be a child. Your child, whether they're adult or not, or a child that's not an adult, it's worse.
Yeah.
It's like you really not going to listen, but you should. You should. I learned so much from my kids. I learned from the oldest daughter that I was talking about.
Mhm.
She told me I wasn't a good listener. This was years ago. This was years, and I was doing drug and alcohol counseling at that time, and it's like, what do you mean I'm not a good listener? She's like, you don't listen. All you do is you hear something and then you try to fix it. And I didn't ask you to do that. And I was just like, hold up, who are you talking to? Who are you talking to? I'm just trying to help. And she's like, I didn't ask you for that, bro. I'm just asking you to listen to how I feel. And I'm like, wow, that's crazy.
Because that's true too. Because a lot of
Yeah.
times people aren't asking for you to fix it. They just want a good listening ear. I had to learn that too. Because I'd be like, all right,
Yeah.
help you fix that. What do you need me to do? And they like,
Exactly.
do nothing. I just want you to listen and then we can hang up.
And you're like, what?
Okay, what you call me for then?
Exactly. You could wrote that in your journal. No, but yeah, you do gotta pay attention to what people are saying. Just listen. Don't be so quick to respond.
Yeah, so yes, 2 ears, right? We got 2
2
ears
years for a reason.
for a
Yeah.
reason. Yes, so definitely listen. What Francis say? My son say I don't listen. Yes, so I have learned to listen and then wait and then process. This is what my daughter say. I'm buffering. That's her word.
Yes.
Buffering because I want to understand and I want to make sure I'm not responding to what I feel like I should say. I want to understand. I gotta make sure I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
I come off the top of the dome, blah 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 blah. But I don't even know what you said. I just know a
No,
little.
you can't even recall. You can't even repeat what was said to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And sometimes, and they might not want you, like, right? Because Mickey says she'll say, "So what are we going to do about that?" That's not what they don't. That's not what they need.
it's like,
They just want you to
girl,
listen. So should we
yeah.
ask them? Do you want me to help?
I do. I do that now. I didn't ever do that before. I'm like, am I helping some am I do you need me to do something with this information other than listen?
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. And it's like, I don't know yet, or I don't know, mom. I don't know yet, right? I don't know right now. I'm like, okay, cool. It's like, no. I just need you to I already started working on see what happens is sometimes they already have a plan in place or they already started working on it. It's just emotionally overwhelming and they're going to their safe place. Like they're
Right.
coming to you to talk about it, to talk it through, and you're already got your cape on and doing your superhuman thing.
Right. You're an Avenger at this point. Let me go fix it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what did Karen say? A lot of times, if you let a person go through their emotional rant for a few minutes, you can start to finally hear what the problem is. She says she learned many listen to respond. Yeah, child. I was the listen to respond, but I'm doing better. Well,
Listen,
look,
that's what it's all about. We're all going to grow,
yeah.
progress. It's a good thing.
Yeah, so where can the folks find you, Jen? Where, y'all. Now I know y'all love Jen, right? Look at that. It's on the screen. I need y'all to go to Cultivating Wellness. There is a podcast, there is an Instagram page, there's a Facebook page, is Jen page. Go follow her. Follow her. Y'all on here in the comments. You love her. Go follow her. Y'all see how beautiful she is. Her spirit is beautiful. She got a
Thank you.
word. She has gifted, gifted for the nations, right? You hear? Put this word out.
Appreciate it. Appreciate y'all.
Oh, Cultivating Wellness podcast. She is on there talking about some stuff. I need y'all to good. I told y'all last week. Did I tell y'all last week? When you hang up from here, told y'all to go on over there and go follow her. Yes. So we'll try to put the links in the comments so that way people can come back in and go there. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
So do you have some closing remarks, or like you want to wrap this up in a nice little sphere for us?
Okay, sure. So like 1 and 2, like a quick wrap up of both
Yeah.
parts. Okay. So number 1, use I statements when you're communicating with people versus saying you made me feel or you always do. Say I feel discouraged or disappointed when you yell. I would rather you not do that. I feel because of blank. We want to try to use that script. So
Yeah.
I feel blank because of blank. Try to use it as much as possible. You're not like a robot. So, you
Works.
might switch it up every once in a while, but it is a safe way to communicate because it keeps people from immediately feeling defensive and then
Yeah.
argument, argument,
Yes.
argument. Remember that dysfunction is not a dirty word, right? Dysfunction just means that things are off balance. The way that we normally would function is not happening right now because of X, Y, Z. So if you have a period where you have to adjust and move a different way because something happened, then that's dysfunction. It's a little dysfunction, and things can be balanced again. But balance is never steady. Something's always off or always happening. So don't treat it like a dirty word. If
Right.
something is going on, it's okay. Let's identify it, accept it, and address it. And that's it. Just identify it's a problem, accept that the problem is there, and let's
Address.
address it. And whatever that looks like for you, whether it's professional help or it can be handled outside of professional help, that's also fine. Remember that the work is within you. It's not about the other people. The work is within you. So you're not going to change anybody. You may never get an apology. You may never get closure. So then what are you going to do? You're
Yeah.
going to do the work within you so that you can move through and past that situation.
Yes.
If you always find yourself people pleasing, you need to do some self reflection. Why am I doing this? Am I insecure in the fact that people aren't going to like me? It's going to change our relationships. Am I scared? What is the problem? Because that is a you thing.
Right.
You will be burnt out. You will be exhausted. You will be fatigued because you're constantly at everyone's beck and call. That is not their fault. That is your fault. You have a lack of boundaries and you need to figure out why.
Mm. You say you
And
need to figure
yeah,
out why you have a lack of boundaries.
yeah, you do. It really sucks. Like you really have to do a lot of work in this world. You
Yeah.
just do. Why do you have a lack of, why do you let people walk all over you? Why do you let yourself be in a situation where you have to walk on eggshells? Why are you in a situation where someone's always a problem around you? Why are you there? What is going on? Why are you not saying anything? Why are you not doing any work around your grudges and resentments? You, boo boo kitty, not everybody else.
This work is within yourself.
It just is what it is. If you don't like it, then it's probably some work that you need to do. If it stings when I'm saying this, it's probably some work you need to do. And that's okay because we all have work to do.
Y'all still gonna give the offering? She done stepped over the table.
If you got a good therapist, they might eat you up in session a little bit. They might eat you up, but they're going to eat you up and then they're going to patch you up and they're going to send you back out better.
Yeah.
That is the goal. But if your therapist isn't holding the mirror up to you and calling you out,
Right. It's Michael Jackson, Man in the Mirror. Come on, y'all.
What's the point? What's the point?
Right, because you want to be your best self. You cannot be your best self if you're walking on eggshells. Eggshells don't work.
Yeah.
No, at all. So yeah.
Yes.
Jen, you
Thank
have
you.
been
Thank you.
so amazing. So yes, if you have not watched part 1, it is the episode, what is it? Number 18 before this. So yes, please go watch episode 18. Jen is on there. So it's the beginning of this. And then this is the conclusion. But she has been so amazing. Thank you for agreeing. I'd be like, Jen.
You're welcome.
Yes. And she, she's such a professional, but she gives it to us like we need to hear it. And it's always representation matters, because now it's clicking. You say what now?
Yeah. Right.
Yes. Thank you.
You're
You're
welcome. Thank you, everybody.
Y'all, if y'all had a good time, let me see some hand claps.
I hope y'all enjoyed it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Listen, I always have to stop myself from being in the moment and listening, because I'll turn into a viewer in a minute, honey.
You don't forgot your questions, you lost your note cards.
They're on the floor. I'm engaged right now. So,
yes.
So thank you all so much. Dysfunctional is not a bad word, right?
Yeah.
Not a bad word. So so when I call my folks, when I call you dysfunctional, just know it's from my heart. And it is not a bad word.
You always got to take it there. Ain't nobody say that. Ain't nobody say going around telling people they dysfunctional.
She just said ain't bad word. Now y'all watch the show. But yes, so thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Always, like, we are here on Beyond the Surface podcast, to just encourage and inform, enlighten, empower. I know you have covered all of that. Like this, so much information, so many tools for us to self-reflect. And I love that it's up to us. We are the captain of our, with God, we are the captain of our own destination. It is up to us to manage ourselves. Can't manage. I tried to manage. Well, husband number 2 tried to manage. It don't work. Let it go.
I cannot. Fire your ass. I gotta go. I'm about to go watch Tina Turner movie right now.
I'm finna get fired. Y'all fired this man. He just keep coming back. There you go. Yes. Yes, Paula. It was so much information. Yes. So yes, we Beyond the Surface podcast. We won't be here next week because we're taking a much needed vacation.
Yeah, good for you. Hand claps for that.
Hand claps for the yes. Yes, so we'll be on vacation next week, but the week after I have what date is that? 26th. The 26th. Have a good surprise for you.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So as I stated, please go follow Jen. Like, I need
y'all. Go follow me, guys. I put my podcast on ice for a little bit. But I'm gonna bring it back. You see, I'm trying to work on my set.
Oh, nice.
Yes. Thank you. I'm working on it. Yes. And so I got people lined up already. Yeah. What'd you say?
I said, if you need my help, let me know.
Yes, I will. Okay. I will.
What's going on here? But yes, so thank you all. Thank you all for watching. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for staying here. How long, Lord Jesus?
Yes, we went on for a while. Oh my gosh.
But it was so important. And especially, I would really love the story about, the conversation with you and your daughter. So, but yes, thank you all. Thank y'all for watching. Jen, thanks for staying here for 2 hours, Chad.
Oh, you're welcome. It's my pleasure.
So if you guys can you share this live? Share this live, because I appreciate y'all sharing the event coming up. But the live is what the people need to see. So I need you to share this here where we are. Hit that share button. Share it to your friends, because this is some great information for us all. And we can all learn something. It's a little self-reflection, right? I feel like this is the Donnie Simpson, and this is a little bit of Night Show with the music.
not Midnight Love. What was it? I can't.
Like, come
I
on.
can't.
Yes, my
We're delirious.
Yes, my head is to the sky. It's the vacation.
Oh,
Leaving on the jet plane. But yes, thank y'all for watching Beyond the Surface podcast. I am your host, Sharon. I'm your girl. Y'all follow me. Y'all tell y'all friends to follow me. Do y'all? Okay. I see y'all share my stuff. I so appreciate y'all. I ain't even gonna keep y'all. I kept y'all, but I ain't gonna keep y'all too much longer. But yes, follow me, follow Jen. Go follow these pages. Follow, like, what is it? Share, subscribe.
subscribe.
YouTube,
Yeah.
Facebook, Instagram. Yeah. Let's get them
Yeah.
information out here. So yes, thank you, Jen.
You're welcome. Love you back, girl.
All right. See y'all guys. See y'all in 2 weeks. Not next week, the week after. That's how it go, right? Yeah.
Bye, y'all.
All right. See y'all.